Hello everyone, and welcome to this new enriching video. Today we're going to delve into the fascinating history of the square root, a mathematical concept whose origins date back thousands of years. Part 1. Origins of the square root. The square root is one of the most fundamental mathematical operations used to find the number that, when multiplied by itself, gives a certain number. This notion has ancient and mysterious roots. Let's go back to ancient civilizations to find out how the square root was developed. In ancient times, mathematics flourished in different cultures, including Egypt, Mesopotamia, and Greece. The Babylonians, for example, used geometric methods to find approximations to the square root. But it was in ancient Greece that eminent mathematicians such as Pythagoras and Archytas made important contributions to this notion. Part 2. Archytas and Pythagoras. More than 2,500 years ago, Greek mathematicians like Pythagoras and Archytas contributed greatly to the development of the square root. Archytas, who was a philosopher, mathematician, and astronomer, was one of the first to study this notion and understand its geometric properties. He explored the links between the square root and the construction of geometric figures. As for Pythagoras, he is famous for his theorem, which relates the length of the sides of a right triangle to the square root. This discovery opened new doors for understanding the relationships between numbers and geometric shapes. The works of Pythagoras and Archytas laid the foundation for our modern understanding of the square root. Part 3. Evolution of the square root. Over the centuries, the square root has continued to evolve and develop in mathematics. Mathematicians explored different methods for calculating square roots and developed appropriate notations. For example, the ancient Egyptians used fractions to represent square roots, while Arab mathematicians introduced the symbol to denote the square root. Modern square root notation was popularized in the 16th century by German mathematician Christoph Rudolph. This evolution of notations and symbols made calculations easier and provided a better understanding of the square root as a central mathematical concept. Part 4. Applications of the square root. The square root has practical applications in many fields, from engineering to physics to computer science. Using the square root is essential for solving concrete problems and modeling natural phenomena. In engineering, the square root is used to calculate the side lengths of a right triangle, which is essential in the construction of buildings and structures. In physics, it is involved in the calculation of forces, movements, and energies. For example, the square root is used to determine the values of electrical resistances and to predict the trajectories of moving objects. Additionally, the square root is relevant in everyday life. It is used in calculating distances, measurements, and even in fields such as finance to assess risks and returns. There you have it. Together we explored the fascinating history of the square root, a mathematical concept that has spanned the centuries and continues to influence our world. I hope this enriching video captivated you. Please like, comment, and share the video so that others can also enjoy it.